Are you looking for the best 26-inch adult BMX bike? Well, here it is. Today we just got in the best 26-inch BMX bike for adults. This thing is rad. I've seen a lot of 26-inch bikes, but from all the ones that I've seen, this one hits it everywhere, from the price point to the color, just to something cool and different. So yeah, let's get to it, and I'm gonna teach you how to, we're gonna do an unboxing of it, then I'm gonna show you how to build it up. So yeah, let's get to it. If you know what kind of bicycle it is, leave a comment below and let us know what bike you think it is. This bike did not come in its original box. When you get this bike, it's gonna come with the branding on it, with the bike logo. I'm not too sure why they sent it to us in this box. I think maybe they had some bikes in the warehouse that the boxes got damaged, and this so happened to be one, so they just put it in a new box and shipped it to us. So that's my guess. They have the labeling on the side from the old box. I've seen it taped on the side. But these things are pretty much sold out, so head over to stackbmx.com and hopefully you could grab one. So let's get to it. Actually, I forgot one thing. I'm gonna go over here. First off, you're gonna need some wire cutters, cut some zip ties. You're gonna need a utility knife. You're gonna need some hex head tools or Allen wrenches. You're also, or maybe can use a multi-tool that has them on there. This one also has a socket extension and ratchet. You might need that as well if you're putting on pegs. And you will need a pedal wrench. A pedal wrench is a thin wrench. Normally they're 15 millimeters bolt size, and they're really thin, so you could get in between the crank arms and the pedals. You're also gonna need an adjustable wrench. Sometimes you need this, sometimes you don't, but it's always good to have it. Next, you're gonna need some grease. Next up, you're gonna need some way to air up your tires. And yep, that's it for all the stuff that you need. You're gonna get it in a box similar to this size, and it's gonna have some staples up on the top. What you're gonna do is you're gonna pop these staples off. Got tough staples over here. All right, sweet. Well, that lid was on there pretty good. All right. Woo, nice, 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 nice. There it is, I see it. It looks pretty rad. Looks pretty rad. You wanna check it out? Oh, can you guess what bike it is? Can you guess what bike it is? You know what bike it is? Which one do you think? All right, now it's time to take it out. Pulling it out. Ooh, you get a little bit closer look. About this time, you might be able to start guessing which one it is. So you're gonna get pads in here. You're gonna get a chain guard. We're gonna put that on the filing case, but you can do whatever you want with it. If you want to put the guard on, you can. All right, sweet. All right, next we got the seat post and the seat clamp, and I take it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't see a seat anywhere. I don't think they gave us a seat. This might be a sample bike, guys. So that's what I'm guessing. This is a sample bike or something, but I don't see a seat in there. If this ever happens to you, don't sweat it. Contact us at stackbmx.com. Get us an email at orders@stackbmx.com. Make sure you put your order number in the subject line, and give us a little brief description of what happened. So for this example, you'd be my bike arrived and it didn't have a seat, and then what we'll do is we'll put a warranty claim in and we'll get you another seat sent out to you. It may not be the same exact one, which is kind of a bummer, but you will get a replacement one. If they do have the same exact one, they will send it out, but sometimes you might have to get a different one. So no big deal. We're gonna throw another seat on here probably, and go from there. So all right. Boom. So now we're gonna throw it up in the stand, like so. Actually, I'm gonna lower this thing a little bit more. All right. Boom, got that on there. Now it's time to take some of this stuff off. So we're gonna rock it here. All right, and just so you guys know, we got a surprise camera guy today. He's our camera guy today, but might be our camera guy more often. Let him know what you think of him, if he's a good camera guy or not. Leave a comment below, and yeah, we'll keep trying to give you great content. All right, so going to the bars, we're gonna take the packaging off. Have you guessed what bike this is yet? Have you read the description of this video yet? And this one's got a lot of tape. It's got a lot of tape. All right, so what we're gonna do, it's got a lot of tape on it, so it's kind of difficult to unwrap. So we're gonna take the razor blade and cut a lot of this tape to make it easier. Boom, boom, right there. Right there. Got chrome bars. Ooh, that's look nice. It's a pretty nice chrome. Can you guys guess what bike this is? Shouldn't be too hard if you've been looking at 26-inch bikes. There's not too many chrome bikes available. I don't think there's any chrome bikes available. I think this is the last one. All right, so we're gonna take the rest of the packaging off the wheel. Set the wheel over here. Oh man, see these ones stuck in here. Come down here, check this out. The easiest way is to kind of go at an angle like you're going this way. Oh my gosh, that's on there good. That tape is heavy duty. It's like a 4 mil tape. Heavy duty. Yeah, so that's why you need this utility knife. Ooh, look at that. Look at that bike. Chrome. This thing's gonna fly off the shelf. Someone's gonna walk in and just buy it because it looks sick. Another one over here. So there it is. Do you know who makes this bike? The Legend. Make sure you leave a comment if you know which one this is. You might have already seen the logos different places. All right, so now we got the handlebars. We're gonna go ahead and put these handlebars on. So first, you're gonna loosen up all these bolts. Come check this out. Don't get too close. So loosen up all these bolts. This stem's pretty heavy duty. Should have grabbed the other Allen wrench. Works a little bit better for this. But I bought this one because the handlebars are small. Alright, so if you have a little bit of grease, you might want to clean that up on the inside here. Clean it up. But it's pretty good for most of the part. Next, your cable always goes to the left side, wraps around the front of your bike, and then your handlebars will be mounted right here. Back up so you can see. See how your handlebars will be right here. But what you want to do is you want to twist them, bring them down right here so that you don't have to worry about holding the handlebars up and trying to put these bolts in here and to tighten it down. All the goofies hold their bars up like so, and they tighten each one of these bolts down while holding the bar up like it's in the position to ride. We're not going to do that. That's a bonehead way. This way is a lot faster, a lot easier, a lot safer, less scratch. I would say prone. So now we got them loose. See, just almost there. Now they're pretty close, and then we're gonna put the bars about the straight with the forks, and then we're gonna go ahead and start tightening these bolts in a cross pattern. Main thing you want is to keep these lines or these gaps even. So get a little closer so you can see the gaps. Can you see the gap on both sides? Can you see the back gap on both sides?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so tighten them up both the same amount. Alright, sweet. Got that one on. Next, we got the front wheel. So check this out. So you got a couple little things. You got a little hat washer. You got your axle nut on both sides. You want to back these out enough so that you can put it on your bike. Come around this side over here. Back up. Alright, so when you go to put this on your bike, make sure that it's pointed forward. See how the pattern kind of makes an arrow? You want it pointed to the front of the bike, and you want to just put your wheel right into the dropout. And then these little washers, they'll drop inside of the dropout right there. See how it dropped in? Come check it out. See how it dropped in right there? Sweet. So just tighten those up a little bit. Let me grab another wrench. Tighten both sides. Twist it the way a clock goes. It's gonna get tight. Counterclockwise is gonna make it loose. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. All right, sweet. We got that going. Next step, we're gonna try to align the bars. See how the handlebars are kind of crooked? You're gonna want to twist it and make sure that it's straight with the front tire. Another thing that'd help you is look down and make sure your handlebar and your forks look straight too. That's usually a reassurance that your wheels and your forks are going straight. Once it's tight, you want to rock it side to side. If it's not rocking or anything like that, you don't have to do anything else. But if it is rocking, you can put an Allen tool on the top, turn it clockwise to pull it down to suck up all that gap, and it will pull together. And then all you got to do is tighten up these bolts on the side. These bolts are on the side. These this is actually what keeps your headset tight. So this pinches it to the fork tube that's inside of here, and it keeps your stem straight and your handlebars straight and tight. This top piece pulls it all together. If you tighten this up and it's sticking, you might want to loosen it a little bit, but if you have a major problem, you might need a new headset or look to see how it's configured. You might have it configured wrong, or a lot of people take out a little wafer washer that's supposed to be in there because they don't like it, and then that's what makes it rub on your frame. All right, sweet. So we got that one. Now we're gonna go around this side, and then we're gonna cut this right here. Get that off. More packaging. Got that one, got that. All done. If you got this little cable, you could stick it back here around this little post and right there, and it will keep it from sticking out like that. Next, we got the pedals. You're gonna get these pedals, they're reflectors. All right, so first you're gonna wanna grease them. Put a little bit of grease on the edge. So don't move so sporadic. And then you're gonna rotate this, get the grease everywhere. And now these pedals come left or right hand side. So the smooth side is gonna be the right side, and it's gonna thread on regular. And sometimes it has an R on it. On the left side, it has lines, and it's gonna have an L on it. If you're building up your bike, it might have something similar. But you could also look at the smooth side is the right side, and the ones with the lines is the left side. That's easiest if you can't find any stamping like an L or an R. And just spin it on there to get it most of the way. Now, this one here is the left side, and it's opposite thread, so you're gonna thread that on counterclockwise. And notice how it's threading on really easy. If it's difficult to thread on, or you need a wrench or something like that, you're probably putting it in crooked, and you should probably stop and put it in with your hand first. All right, so next we're gonna tighten them down completely. All right, the pedals are on. Let's check out the brakes. The brakes are pretty dialed. I might want to mess with them a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna mess with them a little bit to kind of make them better. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to adjust the brakes. First off, make sure that this barrel adjuster is tightened down all the way in there. Also, we're gonna move this lever. There's a 5mm bolt on the back. You're gonna loosen it up, raise the lever up to about a 45, like so. See how it's about a 45? Can you see that in the camera? Point it up a little bit. Like, what are you looking at? So now you can grab it. And then now come over here, check this out. We're gonna take some of this cable out because the brakes are way too loose. So we're gonna hold these pads, and then we're gonna pull the cable out a little bit. And then once you do that, I'm gonna let a little bit cable, let the brakes come out just a little bit, so that when these brakes spring. They spring and they're not completely touching the rim. Okay, it's all right. I think it needs to be better. Sometimes they're kind of a pain, and that's kind of what this one's kind of doing. So now, just by looking at the cable, I'm just gonna pull. I'm not even gonna try to do that same thing. I'm just gonna take out more slack. And now I'm gonna try the brakes again. Ooh, that feels a lot better. I might even do a little bit more. And do a little bit more, tighten it down. I do notice this brake pad's a little bit hanging off the rim. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push it up against the rim like so. Tighten it down. You don't have to tighten these super tight, and then I'm gonna hold the brake and then cinch it down. That'll lock it into the right position. Now the brake cable, see how it hits a lot sooner, so the brakes are gonna be a lot better. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze it real tight, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna stretch the cable, and now it hits farther down, pulls it off the rim. But look at this on the back. Now the wheel won't spin. Now the wheel won't spin because it's rubbing. Here's a bonus tool that you're gonna need. You're gonna need a screwdriver. So these make these brake arms go outward. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out how to move them where we want them to move. So if you pull on the lever, come up here, check this out. See how, I don't know if you can see it, but this, point it up a little bit. You gotta point it up and make it in the center. When you pull this lever, how hard it pulls is how springy the springs are in the back. So come back here, check this out. Can you see it now? Perfect. Okay. So you're gonna have to back up. All right, so this one's not moving and this one is, and the brakes are really hard to pull. So I'm gonna loosen tension on this side so that the brake moves towards the rim. Same time, I'm gonna be tapping the brakes so that it resets it and then puts the brakes where they need to be. So now the pad's slightly moved over. Boom. All right, there you go. So, yeah, so the rim's a little bent. The brakes are a lot better. I'm gonna grab a spoke wrench, and I'm gonna grab a seat so you guys can see what this look like. But in the meanwhile, check out this bike and inspect it and look at the bike and see all the cool parts that are on it. Alright, so we've got a seat. Normally the seat is red, but this is a seat that we can put on there. They also come in red. I think black looks pretty sick. What do you think, black or the red seat? What do you think would look the best? See. Alright, so on this, let me show you how to true these wheels. So I'm just gonna look to see where the wheel kind of wobbles or where it gets close to the rim. So it looks like right here, these couple spokes. So I'm gonna put this on here and I'm just gonna tighten on the side that's not hitting. And hopefully it pulls it over a little bit. I just did like a half a turn. All right, so it's doing again right here, all the way to here. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Kind of fade it in like a quarter turn right there, half a turn here, half a turn here, half a turn here. Boom. See how straight it is? Pretty straight. All right, now back up, back up, back up, way back so you can get me all in the whole shot. Not too far back. Go over to your right, over there. There you go. So yeah, all you got to do next is air up the tires. Our air compressor took a dump and I don't want to pump it up from here in front of you. But everything's all built up. That is how you build up the 26-inch DK Legend BMX bike. This bike is sick. One of the only ones that comes in chrome. It comes with some awesome parts on it. If you want to know about the awesome parts that come on it, make sure you head up to our video and watch or explain the review on this bike, and will tell you everything that comes on this bike, like parts and everything like that. But yeah, if you need one, head over to stackbmx.com and pick one up before they're sold out. All right, I found the seat. It fell out of the box. Couldn't find the box or didn't notice the box. So here it is. I'm gonna show you how to install the seat, as well as I found something else for this bike, and I'm gonna show you how to install those as well. So let's get to it. Here's your bike. Make sure you can see it in there. Yep, so there's a 6mm bolt down here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna loosen this bolt up. What it's gonna do is it's gonna give a little bit of gap right here. For these rails to go in. Oh, I hope this thing fits. There we go. Thinking it will fit now. I'm getting kind of frightened because I didn't think it was going to open up enough. All right, so what I like to do is I like to turn this rail sideways like this, and then once they're sideways like so, you can twist them to usually get them on, and then that's probably going to happen to you. All right, so that happens to you. What you're going to do is you're going to put the bottom guts on. You're gonna take these and put these seat guts on like so. Kind of hard to see. See if I can show you. And then this one goes in the middle. So I'm gonna put this one in the middle as I put the bolt up there, all simultaneously. See if you can do it. Bolt on there. I don't know, this might be impossible. This bolt might be way too short. Alright, I got it. I think I got it. Yep. Yeah, I got it. So now, once you barely got it on, what you want to do is put the seat rails in the middle, or put the seat guts in the middle of these rails so it doesn't look goofy. You don't want to have it too far forward and you want to have too far back. Too far forward looks like a goose's neck, looks real dumb. Don't do that. Just make it center, make the seat kind of flat. And we're just going to tighten up this bolt. Keep tightening it. And boom, now you got the seat on. We're gonna go ahead and loosen the seat clamp because it's a little crooked. Gonna straighten it out. Gonna straighten out the seat. Probably lower it a little bit. Tighten it back up. Now you got a seat. And then also, we forgot to put these pad sets on. So we're gonna go ahead and put this pad set on. I'm gonna show you how to do this. So it comes with a crossbar pad and top 2 pad. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw the pad on here, wrap it around. I wonder if this thing's supposed to have a foam. Maybe not. I don't know. It feels pretty good. Yeah, look at it. Looks pretty dope. Not really a pad though. More of like a cover. Well, technically, yeah. I guess it does have a little bit of padding. I think racers nowadays have super thin pads, so that's probably good. So now this one, go like so, and then you're just gonna try to put it on as tight as you can so it's not baggy. And then boom. There you go. Got the pads on, got your new seat, got this corny owner's manual right here. You rip that off or take that off. Cool.